Hi, welcome to Unity in Marin. Thank you for joining us today for our Sunday service. And let's join together in singing the morning prayer led by Deborah Winters.
It's lovely to be here with all of you. We are going to sing a song called the Morning Prayer. And the lyric begins with, I will surrender. And I believe, oh yay, that's the words. So join me in warming up this morning. The Karen Drucker piece, beautiful song. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free as I continue walking in this mystery.
Hi, I'm Reverend Tim Lytle, Senior Minister here at Unity in Marin, and we're so happy that you have come to join us in this wonderful spiritual community. This spiritual community exists to help us to awaken and to be enlightened to the presence of God in our lives and in every situation around us, including the situation we're in right now. We know that there's truly only one power and one presence. So whether you are in Nigeria or Taiwan or France or Hawaii or Colombia or right down the street, wherever you are, we welcome you and we bless you, and we're grateful that you're here with us. We have a text in church number. This is a number that you can go to and you can text. If you are new to Unity in Marin, you can go to that number and text the word welcome. Or if you've been with us for a while, you can text the word loop. That particular text and church number is a way for me to stay in contact with you. And if you give us your name and some basic information, we can stay in contact by text and, if you wish, also email. And if you wish to be on our e-blast list, please send us your email so that we can get you on that e-blast list, because we have a lot of things going on. Let me just share a few of those things with you. We have coming up, the youth are meeting together for Soul Celebration. Soul Celebration occurs at 11 o'clock on Sundays. This is led by Lissa, and Lissa Masters is our youth director, and also by Cindy Hall. And so our youth meet online, and we're reaching a lot of young people. We have activities and things that young people, their parents, can be involved in at 11 o'clock on Sundays. Next, we have the Unity Men's Group. And the Unity Men's Group is meeting every Monday night on Zoom at 7 p.m. And so if you would go to our website, you can see all of these things listed. The way you do this is you go to unityandmarin.org. And at the top, you will see these little statements, little tabs. And if you follow those over, kind of to the right at the top, it says Coming Up. You press on Coming Up, and then you have the opportunity to see the events. Go to the events list. You press that, and you can see all of these things outlined along with Zoom links or other links to be connected to these special events. So if you are interested in the men's group, please join us for that. Also coming up, on Monday nights at 7 p.m., Tom McAuliffe is leading a mindfulness meditation, and I was in on that this last Monday night. It's a phenomenal opportunity to go deeper into your meditative practice. Instead of being anxious, how about being mindful? Mindfulness is a great antidote to anxiety. And in our day and age, a lot of people are looking for ways to relieve anxiety. I was listening to the news, and they were talking about alcohol consumption has greatly gone up because people are self-medicating. How about using mindfulness meditation for that? You can join us online at 7 p.m. on Mondays. Also, we have the Unity Writers Workshop at 10:30 a.m. Reverend Medora is teaching Eye of the Storm on Tuesdays at 1. And then we have Introduction to Qigong. And this starts Wednesday, April 22nd at 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, April 22nd at 9:30. Introduction to Qigong. Qigong is a means of working with the body, working with energy. And again, this helps the health of the body, helps the health of the mind and the spirit. So join us for that. And the reason I'm sharing so many of these with you is I want you to know that we have activities almost every day of the week. You don't have to be sitting around wondering what to do or wondering how to delve deeper into spiritual principle. You don't have to wonder about how do I connect with others. We have provided classes where you can connect with other students and teachers, and you can do all this from your home. So you can go more deeply into your practice. Also, Janice Campbell is teaching online from fear to faith. And certainly we need to move from fear to faith. And that starts Wednesday the 22nd at 3 p.m. And again, you can find these links on our website. And Wednesday, April 22nd at 7:15 p.m., Lisa Starbird and friends, people that she has pre-recorded with, will have live streaming online. So all of those 3 platforms on our website, Facebook, and our YouTube channel, you can watch Lisa Starbird and Friends 7:15 on Wednesday. And then Linda Anderson Henry, who is our financial director, is what I would call her, and she teaches spiritual economics and prosperity. And so she will be teaching that starting on Tuesdays, April 28th at 4:30 p.m. So she'll be teaching about spiritual economics, prosperity, abundance. Some of you are anxious about the economy right now. Some of you are wondering if God has run out of money. Some of you are wondering if there's no way to make any money anymore and we just need to panic. there's another solution, and that's going deeper into our principles. And so this particular class on spiritual economics can be of great help. And lastly, I wanted to mention the virtual courtyard. Every Sunday at 10:45 a.m. and at 12:30 p.m., I'm on Zoom, and we can connect so that we can talk about how things are going. I have sent out by e-blast that link to connect online, and a lot of people are doing that. It's a great way to connect with our community, with me, to ask questions, or just for us to check in and see how we're doing. We are here for you. What I want to demonstrate is that we are here to serve. We have classes almost every day of the week. We have this last Wednesday, Alex, our marketing director, and I did a session, a service at 7:15 on Kirtan Lounge. And Alex is a professional music producer, video producer. Phenomenal videos that we shared last Wednesday. These are archived on our website. They are archived on our Facebook page. They're archived on our YouTube channel. I encourage you to look at last Wednesday's service. There's some beautiful music that Alex has produced. So we have many things in which we are here to build connection and to build service, knowing that there's truly only one power and one presence. Let's sing that statement of truth together now.
There is only one power, only one presence, active in all my life and in the universe. God the good in all, through all, and over all. There is only one power, only one presence, active in all my life and in the universe. God the good in all, through all, and over all. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Woo!
A lot of people right now are anxious, frustrated. Some are not. Some are doing well. There are some who are homeless. Many people have lost their jobs. We have seen on the news that lots of people, very high rate of unemployment right now. People who are struggling to get by. 1.6 million small businesses applied as fast as they could to get relief so that they could pay payroll. It's amazing what we're going through right now as a country. So I encourage us to be in prayer, to really ground into our source. Rather than panic in seeing the circumstances, let's really ground down into our source. Up here we have our prayer box. Typically on Sunday mornings we would have our prayer chaplains bring forward the prayer box. And I would like you to place your prayer requests virtually into the prayer box. Later I will explain some ways in which you can send us your prayer requests. But I'd like to invite you right now to take a deep breath and to know that where you are, God is. That there truly is only one power and one presence active as my life and as the universe, God the good, omnipotence. In this moment, we only know one power and one presence. And so, Spirit, we open our hearts. We open our hearts to your love, your mercy, your grace. We open our hearts to this presence of the divine living itself as us. We open ourselves to the joy that is ours by natural birthright. We know in this moment, for all who are struggling, all of those who are dealing with economic challenges, health challenges, anxiety, whatever people may be facing, we know together in this moment the power, the presence, the peace that is God. We know in this moment the abundance, the prosperity, the blessing that is God. We know in this moment that where we are, God is, as we go into the silence. We give thanks for this presence living in us, surrounding us, lifting us up at all times. We give thanks, Spirit, for your presence with us. And so it is. Amen. We again appreciate the music of Deborah Winters. We are grateful for this song that we are about to hear. Thank you for being with us, Deborah.
I'm so confused. I know I heard you loud and clear, so I followed through. Somehow I ended up here. I don't want to think, I may never understand that my broken heart is a piece of your plan. But when I try to pray, all I've got is hurt and these 4 words: Thy will be done, Thy will be done, Thy will. I know you're good, but somehow this I don't feel right now. And I know you think of things I could never think about. It's hard to count it all joy, distracted by the noise, just trying to make sense of all of these promises. Sometimes I gotta stop, remember that you're God and I am. Like a child on my knees, all that comes to me is Thy will be comes to me is, thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. Like a child on my knees, all I hear is thy will be done.
Ah, thank you, Deborah, for that beautiful song, Thy Will Be Done. I want to say happy birthday. We spelled it a little bit different because we're going to be celebrating this week Earth Day. So I just put a B in front of that, happy birthday, because I want to celebrate the birth of our earth, the birth of something new that we are creating here. You've probably heard so many things about taking care of the earth. The Hebrew scriptures, the Christian scriptures tell us that we are stewards of the earth. Tell us that the earth is beautiful and a creation of God. The Vedic scriptures talk about God helping the earth to survive when thousands of years ago, there were very greedy people who were taking from the earth the oil and the minerals from the earth and were destroying it, and the earth was plunged into chaos, was plunged into a deep sea, deep waters. And so God rescued the earth. We have these stories from scriptures that declare the love of God for our planet. We have these scriptures that tell us that we are here to be stewards of this planet. Whether you accept scripture or not, doesn't it make sense that we take care of the place where we live? Does it make sense to pollute the air that we breathe? Does it make sense to poison the water that we drink? Does it make sense to believe that we are one with all of creation, with animal life, with all the creation around us that we see, with each other, and yet mistreat animals, mistreat people? I saw recently a picture, had a picture of the earth, and above it, it said, "You are now in timeout until you learn how to treat one another." And then right below that, it said, God. We're all in a time of timeout. We've been put into timeout by these circumstances. However these circumstances occurred, we are in a time of timeout to really think about, how do we treat the earth? How do we treat one another? How do we treat ourselves? So for me, Earth Day is how we look at the earth, how we look at one another, and how we look at ourselves. And looking at truly what is our source. You are probably very familiar with the pollution and devastation that humanity has many times brought upon the earth. This is a time for us to reflect on, how do we treat the place that we live? We are in a time of reflection, I hope, to come to a new understanding of how to treat our earth and to treat each other. I don't want things to go back to the way they were. I hear sometimes leaders say, well, this will be a gradual rollout, and, you know, it will be a while before we get back to the way things were. I don't want to get back to the way things were. The way things were inequitable for a lot of people of the world. Every day, Every day there are hundreds of children who die of malnutrition. Every day there are people who are sick and dying because they don't have adequate water supply. Every day there are people taken into slavery. There is more slavery on our planet right now than there was 200 years ago. I don't want us to go back to the way things were. This is a time for us to look at how do we live differently? How do we care for our earth? In our church, we have something that is called Earth Care. And this team is headed up by Don Davey and a wonderful team of people. They have maybe 25 projects going with people who are in charge of each of those 25 projects to assist us in caring for the earth. We have this statement, the certificate of achievement given to Unity and Marin. I was going to do a special presentation and have a special celebration with all of us here, but we need to do it virtually. But we have passed the first level, level A, for certification through Unity Worldwide Ministries for the Earth Care Covenant. I am so grateful for the work that we are doing for our earth. But do you see ways in which you can assist our earth? Now, at first, when I heard that we could not drive, or we're not supposed to drive and park at a park, we were supposed to only go to those parks or those areas that we could walk to. I've noticed a lot fewer cars out. Haven't you? Since people aren't going to work as much and, our driving has scaled down a lot. Do you notice the air is cleaner? Do you notice it's quieter? Now, I'm not suggesting that we totally eliminate travel, but it's not all bad. I see people out walking and doing things, exercising in ways that they hadn't been doing before. What are ways in which you can help with our earth and with earth care and with being a good steward of this place where we live? Also, we need to be good stewards of one another. I have been checking in with some people. This has been a very busy time in this ministry. The campus is closed, but the ministry is very much open. And so it's been a busy time, and there's been some of us, our prayer chaplains have been very good, very diligent about calling people, praying with them, checking in with people. We have some folks working now on a plan to call people, reach out to them more. It's really important to reach out to one another. And not just to sit back and wait for someone to call you. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to someone you know and check on them. Reach out and check and see how they're doing. Call them. Set up a Zoom meeting or a Skype meeting. Find some way to connect with people. I'm finding, I drove up to the church. I'm here very little. And I came up here to have this service. And there were some people from the church walking out on the sidewalk. And I was just amazed at how good it felt to see them. Wow, I miss you all. I miss you all so much. We need to find a way to connect with each other. That's why I do those Zoom connections on Sunday. That's just one way to help us to connect. So look at the way that you're interacting with others. I find in my hiking, when I'm out and about, I find people more helpful and more friendly than ever because we realize we truly are all in this together. Either we sink together or we rise. Let's rise together. We're here for each other. So I want us to care for our earth, care for one another, and care for ourselves. Be gentle with yourself. You know, one of the things I've noticed in this time of what seems to me to be heightened anxiety is that sometimes people take their anxiety, maybe their frustration with what's going on, their frustration with the changes in their life. I've noticed that sometimes they take it out on each other. I really encourage us not to do that. I really encourage us to first get in touch with how we're feeling and what's going on inside, and then do some good, healthy self-care. One of the things I would offer for self-care is to know what our source is. Our source is not the circumstance that is going on around us. Our source is not the changeable, transient circumstances that are going on right now. That is not our source. We are not our circumstances. We are grounded in the source. We are grounded in God. God is our source. That divine presence living itself as us is our source. That infinite presence that never changes, that is our source. And when I go into meditation, when I really focus on that source, I know that there is nothing that can defeat me, because I realize I'm not the body. Now, we're not hearing that on the news, but the truth is, spiritually, we are not the body. Bodies change. Bodies change every day. And as we are seeing in this COVID-19 situation, sadly, there are many people who are sick or who have died. But the truth is, what we really are, the spirit self, the higher self, is immortal. It was never born, and it will never die. What you really are never dies. It helps me to know that when I am in difficult circumstances. That's the reason part of the reason that I pray and chant and meditate is so that I can get in touch with what I really am. I'm not the body. I'm not the circumstances. I'm not what other people think I am. I'm not what I think I am necessarily. I'm not anyone's opinions. You aren't either. What are you really? I remember meditating. I taught meditation for 12 years weekly at Unity of Wichita. And I would get into these real deep meditations. And sometimes I would just be observing what's popping up. I'd observe a thought that would come up or a feeling that would come up in my body, and I would just impartially observe it and let it go. What I would then ask after a while was, who is observing? Who is the observer? And so I began questioning, what is it that is observing? And then I would ask myself, who is asking the question of who's observing? And I would take it further and further back until eventually I got into a state of just being at peace. And what I would find when I would be in that state of being is a state of bliss. Sanskrit scriptures teach that we are Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, eternal existence, never born, never dying. Sat. Chit is, so it's existence, consciousness or knowledge, and bliss. So Chit is that knowledge, that consciousness that is immortal, that is always living in and through as us, because we are the presence of God in action. Sat Chit Ananda. Ananda is bliss or that eternal spiritual pleasure. When we get to our real source, are bliss, not anxiety. Many of us during this time have been dealing with anxiety. Many people are struggling with that. Thus, like I mentioned just a little bit earlier, when I saw in the news, alcohol consumption is way up, domestic violence is way up. Well, yeah, because people are sitting with their internal demons and they have less opportunity to distract themselves, and they're sitting with this anxiety. But anxiety is not what we truly are. What we truly are is bliss, is consciousness, is existence. What we truly are is that presence of the divine within. What we truly are is rooted and grounded in the presence and spirit of God, and nothing can defeat us. That's one of the reasons I encourage these classes that I talked about, that we are offering. We have so many classes online. Go to our website and look at the classes we have. You can learn about meditation, connecting with deeper spiritual principles. You don't have to do this alone. We need each other. We need community. We need our planet, and we need to take care of our planet. We need each other to reach out to each other, and we need to do good self-care. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, please. And don't take it out on others. I know it's a temptation. I know that when we're anxious or frustrated, we want to take it out on others, but that does not help. We need to do good self-care. If you find yourself anxious, edgy, worried, concerned, it's time to do good self-care and time to reach out to others. We are not in this alone. We are in this together. We will rise up together. We will make it together. We will be victorious together. And I join you in praying for our world and for each other. I love you very much. I miss you. Wherever you are, know that the presence of God is fully and completely present. Thank you. Amen. At this time, I would like for us to say some affirmations. If you would repeat after me. Where I am, God is. Where I am, peace is. Where I am, abundance is. Where I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. I'm so grateful for all of you joining us, and I want to thank all of you who have been donating and assisting during this challenging time. Many of you have been stepping up. Mel and Sam Engel, I will say, unfortunately, although I'm grateful for their good fortune in being able to move to Colorado, they're moving next week to be closer with a lot of family and grandkids. So, moving to Colorado. But Mel and Sam Engel, as a legacy, have decided to give a matching gift fund of $38,000 as a parting legacy to this church, this community that they've been so involved in, that they've worked so many hours in, and that they have supported in so many ways. We are grateful for you, Sam and Mel. We're grateful for your work, your love. We bless you. We bless you on your trip. And this last Thursday night, as the board met, we did a blessing and kind of a love fest for them. We send you with our love. And I want to thank all of you who are giving to have that money matched by their gift. So your gift will be matched dollar for dollar by the gift that the angels have given. At this point, last that I found out today, Linda Anderson Henry, our financial director, told me that we have received $10,555 to match the angels' gift. $10,555. That is 27.7%, let's say 28% of our goal that we reached in just a few days. Some of you may not be in a good position to give right now, but some of you can give something. Some of you can give more than something. Some of you are in a good position right now to give. As I said, our campus is closed, but our ministry is open. This is a wonderful time for you to show your support for this spiritual community that is here to serve you. You are actually giving to yourself. You are giving to the community that helps to feed, support, and nourish your spirit, your mental state of mind, and our connection together as community. I'd like for us now, some of you haven't seen the video from the Engels. I'd like for us now to see the video that Mel and Sam Engel made for us.
Hello, Unity and Marin. This is Mel.
And I'm Sam. We are the Engels. We're here to talk to you about the fact that we are moving to Colorado to be with most of our family. And although we are very sad to be leaving our beloved Unity Marin community, we are just as happy to be going to Colorado. We are going to talk just briefly about the Engel Legacy Matching Gift Fund that Tim has announced. It's an opportunity to invest, as we have, with our treasure to the services of Unity and Marin. We hope that you will join us in that.
There's some difficult times that we're experiencing right now. We see it every day as we're closeted in our homes. And the church is in a situation where this is a place to go for spiritual growth and for peace and quiet. And we really know that God is with us all the time. And this is an opportunity to rededicate financially to this great institution, so it will continue on as it has over the years. So this is a legacy that we'd like to be able to have available for you and for the rest of the church. So please contribute to the cause as we have, and I think it'll be a wonderful outcome. And thank you very much.
We love you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mel and Sam. We love and appreciate you, and we bless you. And thank you all for your faithfulness in giving. You can give by going to our website, go to our donate button. You can mail a check in to our church. You can, if you are on our e-blast list, we sent you a link that you can click on that automatically takes you to an online means of giving. In whatever way you can give or support by your prayers, by your love, by whatever gifts you are able to share. We appreciate you and thank you. We will now hear our giving song and sing that together. And then after that, Deborah Winters will again bless us with her song, Through It All. Thank you.
Just as we give, so we receive. Richly we live in one golden weave. There is nothing that we can lack. We give from love, and love gives it back. Just as we give, so will we receive. Richly we live in one golden weave. There is nothing that we can lack. We give from love, and love gives it back. Woo! Fired up. There are days I've taken more than I can give, and there are choices that I made that I wouldn't make again. I've had my share of laughter, of tears and troubled times. This has been the story of my life, and I have won and I have lost. I got it right sometimes, and sometimes I did not. Life's been a journey. I've seen joy, I've seen regret. Oh, and you have been my God through all of it. You were there when it all came down on me, and I was blinded by my fear, and I struggled to believe. But in those unclear moments, you were the ones keeping me strong. This is how my story's always gone. And I have won, and I have lost. I got it right sometimes, and sometimes I did not. And life's been a journey. I've seen joy, I've seen regret. Oh, and you have been my God through all of it. I have won, and I have lost. I got it right sometimes, and sometimes I did not. And life's been a journey. I've seen joy, I've seen regret. Oh, and you have been my God through all of it. Yes, you have been my God through all of it. Oh, and you have been my God through all of it.
We want to thank Wendy Miley. Thank you, Wendy, for your contribution, your donation to support flower sponsor and also hospitality sponsor. And in both of these cases, to honor our prayer chaplains. We are so grateful for our prayer chaplains, and we want to thank you for holding us all in prayer and in the high watch. And if you have a prayer request that you would like for us to pray for, you can email that to us. You can email Silent Prayer Circle at unityinmarin.org. And there is a team that works with those prayer requests that come in by email. And then we have a phone line, and that phone line is 415-475-5000. And then if you press 8, you can leave a message for one of our prayer chaplains. Again, 415-475-5000, and then press 8. I want to thank all of you for being with us today. I know that wherever you are, God is, and that you are blessed. We love you and care about you. Feel free to contact us. Let us know how you're doing. Some of you have reached out to us to let us know how we may serve you better. We are here to serve. We bless you. We look forward to you joining us next Sunday, joining us on Wednesday night, joining us in the things that are going on through the week, the different classes and groups. We want to connect with you, and we look forward to doing that. And now we're going to connect with somebody who is now living in North Carolina. Steve Listig is going to lead us in our prayer of protection. And so let us join together as we say our prayer of protection, and then join together in singing our peace song. Peace be with you. Blessings, and have a wonderful day.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And let's close our service now by joining hands and singing our peace song.